Good afternoon, Friday, July 29th. This is the Bat X Release Show on Covers with Derek Carty. I'm your co-host, Josh Ingalls. Boom. Love to see the chat going early on a Friday. Looking to wrap up a profitable July. Plus 6 units, 1-1 yesterday, or on Wednesday. Came through with our second prop. Missed the Alberto prop because Patrick Corbin wasn't obviously at his best, but the angle was obviously good there. And Derek and I are always appreciative to the chat. Good morning, everybody. Justin, Anthony, Ryan, Evan, all the regulars, all the new people. Couldn't do it without you guys. Happy we're along for the ride. Let's wrap up another week. How is it going, Mr. Carty?
Going well. I think we got a couple of good picks today. The one's already been moving a little bit, but I think we still have it at a good number.
Yeah, just moving slightly, but in saying that, let's get right to the release procedure so we can get those out quickly before they move any further. Bad X release procedure as follows, making sure everybody can get the same prices. Try our best to give out widely available plays at widely available books. So in saying that, we'll start off. We'll tell you where the best book is for the price, give you some time, let you log in. Then we'll tell you the game in question we're looking at. You can find it. Then you're navigating through different books, as prop markets, different titles there. So then we'll tell you the prop market. You load that up, and then finally we'll tell you the meat and potatoes with it. We'll tell you the player, the play, the over, and the under, all so we can get the same price. And as always, watch those lines move. So in saying that, we have 3 releases today. Are you ready to cap off another good week here, Derek?
Let's do it.
Awesome. Release number 1, we are at Caesars. We were at Bet Rivers. We were at Unibet, but now Caesars has the best available price. And as always, to the guys in the chat, if you find what we're doing useful, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. It helps us out substantially. So we're at Caesars. The game we're looking at, Twins at Padres. Minnesota at Petco. Twins at the Padres. Prop market we're looking at, pitcher strikeouts. Scroll all the way across that bar at Caesars, if that's the book you're using right now. Number is still there, so that is great. For release number 1, we're going San Diego's Blake Snell over 6.5 Ks minus 102. Blake Snell over 6.5 Ks minus 102. As always, chat, let us know where you're betting it, what number you got it. And then we'll let you know where the projections are. I mean, he's coming off that scoreless outing versus the Mets. Just 85 pitches, which is a little concerning, but that was a close game. They kind of gave way to a bullpen. He wasn't super efficient. Averaged over 100 pitches in his previous 3 games. And with Blake Snell, you know that can be an issue. So it's nice to see him go over the century mark in 3 straight games before that. Snell's fastball spin rate is up recently. What do you like, and what's the projection like here, Derek?
Yeah, a lot of what you said. For the most part this year, he has been given a pretty decent leash. The bat's projecting close to 100 pitches here. It's pretty good pitching weather. It's like 70 degrees. It's fairly cool. And the bat's projecting 7.8 strikeouts here, essentially, for Snell. So we're getting, basically a full strikeout on the line. We're getting it at nearly even money. And there are some books, we've seen this as low as, I think, negative 152 was the kind of the worst line we've seen on this. So it's plus 100. Look at that.
Nice. So Anthony started it out after the release, right after the release. He says plus 105 at DK. That was a number we're looking at. So it must have ping-ponged back that
it's
way.
Been moving a little bit. DK, we saw.
Sorry, Anthony says minus 105. Sorry. So yeah, that was the book that we were chasing for a bit on that price. So as Ryan Schultz also says, minus 154 at Betway. That's where we're thinking that this kind of ends up in that area.
Yeah.
So yeah, Blake Snell. Over 6.5 Ks, minus 102. I think the Twins are kind of an overrated offense so far. looking at some plate discipline metrics, they're top 10 in called strike percentage. I think there's some batters on that team that skew their swing and miss rate. So
yeah, they definitely have some high strikeout guys in this lineup. We don't know the lineup yet, but like Sano probably going to be in there. Gary Sanchez probably going to be in there. This is a fairly high strikeout lineup, especially if we get those guys in it.
Yep. So Snell, let's go. 100 pitches projected, over 6.5 Ks. Boom. Release 2. As I try to read some quotes there in the chat. Release number 2. The boys are over at DK. So we're at DK. The game in question: Detroit at Toronto. Detroit at Toronto. Tigers at Blue Jays. The prop market we're looking at, hit the player props, batter props market if you're in DK, and go to total runs scored. Scroll down, home runs, RBIs. I think it's right after RBIs in that list. Okay, Tigers, Blue Jays, total runs. For release number 2, we're going Toronto's Rymel Tapia under 0.5 runs scored at plus 105. Rymel Tapia under 0.5 runs scored plus 105. As always, let us know the number you got, what book you're using. This is a funny one. This is recreational bettors versus professional betting. George Springer out. Rymel Tapia likely to go to the leadoff spot, which would make people think I'm going to jump on this just for that fact. But there's lots of secondary and tertiary things that we need to look at, and you're not just hitting he's going to score a run just because he's maybe get more at bats. You said there's a bit of a pinch hit risk here. Detroit with the opener. Tapia, not a great hitter, a left-handed hitter versus left-handed pitching. We know that there's lots of right-handed bats in that Toronto lineup that we could obviously sub in. So that was a lot of part in the projection. Is there anything else? And what's the run projection here?
Yeah, that's the main thing. We have Brian Garcia starting, who's traditionally a relief pitcher. He's made kind of 3 starts in the minors. He's thrown like around 50 pitches in each of them. So at most here, you think he's going, 50, 60, 70 tops. He's made 3 starts in his career. He hasn't gone very deep in any of them. It's going to be kind of like a semi bullpen game here. So if he's only going to throw, 60 pitches or so, he might only go 3 innings. And then, then we get bullpen. And Tapia is a guy with about a 20% risk of getting pinch hit, which is not like massive, but 20% when he may only get 1 at bat before seeing a bullpen or 2 at bats before seeing the bullpen. I'll take that here at this number. So the projection for him is 0.5 runs, and the implied projection on this is 0.8 runs. So it's about a 60% winner. Definitely some good value on this. Yeah,
and as you said, bullpen could be coming in. If I told you right now that FanGraphs has the Detroit Tigers as the number 4 bullpen in all of baseball, would that surprise you?
I mean, it wouldn't, because I know their bullpen is actually decent, but like for most people, like you wouldn't think the Tigers actually have a decent bullpen.
Yeah, so the matchup here, if Garcia does go quick, and I mean, Tapia sees him once or twice, handing things over to a rested bullpen that sits 4th in WAR in all of baseball, ahead of the Astros, ahead of the Dodgers, is probably not a great thing. So if you're handicapping that Jays game, make sure you put in the Detroit bullpen into your equation there. So Rymel Tapia under 0.5 runs scored plus 105. The left-handed hitter, just 40 plate appearances versus left-handed pitching. So that 20% pinch hit risk is real. Release number 3. Are we doing this one? Yes or no, Derek? This is a tough call. Let's go. Yeah, no. If you're questioning it, we'll put out the play right now. We're not going to make an official play, but there is plus EV on this play.
Yeah, let's do that.
The number has moved. So we'll give out a bonus play here. It's a play that I like, but I also got it at a number that is a little better. And as soon as I saw you questioning yourself, we can't throw that out, and that there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to end the week on an iffy play there, but still plus EV, still a great play.
Definitely plus EV. It's just not like the kind of massive EV I like to throw out on this show, but it's still a good play.
Okay, so a little Friday bonus play for anybody looking to get down for some extra offensive stats here. DK currently has the best odds. I'm not going to drop it in a release procedure, but we're looking at Juan Soto over 0.5 RBIs at plus 200. The best price of that is at DK. FanDuel out there, I think, at plus 145. So there's some price discrepancies.
At plus 200 also.
Oh, okay, sweet. So it has moved a bit. It was plus 210 before the show. I put it out for my prop piece, but I mean, he's at a 4 for 25 stretch, so he's a little cold, but he's still hitting 300, slugging 600. The pitching matchup is Michaelis, and he is what he is. He's not a pitcher to fade anymore. He pitches to contact, and but he does give up home runs.
So, yeah.
So there's the difference. There's the insight into what is a play and what doesn't make a play. Sometimes the edges are small, but we definitely want to make sure that we're confident in the plays. So not an official play, plus EV from Derek's projections for Soto to get an RBI, but we're not going to add it to the release. So just Rymel Tapia under 0.5 runs scored, plus 105. And then the Blake Snell over 6.5 Ks, minus 102. So 2 plays today. We'll be on Twitter if you want to follow the plays tonight. I'm Josh Ingles. He's Derek Carty. This is Covers. BatX, the Bat, release projections are doing everything here. We'll see everybody back here Tuesday at 11 a.m.